Hey guys, and welcome to the weekly review. In this video, we're going to have a look at week 1 of Split 2 for the European Vainglory 8. The first series of Split 2 was G2 Esports vs Salty Potatoes, who drafted pure firepower in their debut showing, taking G2 down in game 1 with Crystal Power Blackfeather for Joker and Weapon Kestrel for Sneaky.
He already burned that Arcane Passage. Looks like he's gonna go down as Owen. Well, maybe you're starting to regret some.
In game 2, Salty Potatoes drafted the same high damage composition, and while G2 kept pace and overall net worth, they couldn't keep up in objectives, as Salty Potatoes would lose only one turret, taking the series 2-0. Our second series of the day was Mousesports vs Calamity Reborn. Potentially the most anticipated series of the day, this was an opportunity for Mouse to establish dominance on Calamity and welcome them to the Vainglory 8. However, it was Calamity who did all the dominating. Calamity demolished Mouse, utilizing a Kroll in game 1 and a Baron Grace Petal composition in game 2. Leon played great, but it really felt like a team effort as Aeon and Rio Ren both stepped up.
Kill for Leon!
Our third series of the day was SK Gaming vs Fnatic. For the overall point standings, this series had big implications. Fnatic's game 1 composition had elements of what became a pattern for this weekend. Kroll plus Grace or Blackfeather plus Grace, fitting right into this Tension Bow plus Poison Shiv meta.
Look at the chase board, the road.
Game 2 really came down to execution, and when it mattered, Fnatic had the synergy to strike accurately and quickly, taking the series 2-0.
Netwet's gonna move in, finds the stun. This is gonna be a dead scarf double kill going through Bulbasaur.
We also had Rising Lotus and Dynasty play, where Dynasty took the series 2-0. So at the end of the day, we had two freshly minted teams from the challenge battles, Calamity Reborn and Salty Potatoes, moving forward along with Dynasty and Fnatic. Sunday began with Dynasty vs Calamity Reborn. Many predicted that Calamity would just roll into the finals, but Mowgli had other plans. With some of the cleanest team engagements we've seen in recent weeks, once the gauntlet was thrown, Dynasty focused Leon down.
Of the gauntlet one more time, this gauntlet has been devastating this game.
Game 1 and 2, Dynasty gave Baron to Leon, and both games they gave Rikumez a scarf. An apparent recipe to success as Dynasty snuffed out Calamity in a decisive 2-0 victory.
That's the play, man. Aeon, he's left for dead here. You get one big bad mojo to take the dragon.
Our second semifinals of the day was Fnatic vs Salty Potatoes. Game 1, Fnatic drafted a mega aggressive composition of Fortress, Kroll, and Vox and ran the Potatoes down.
Chat there. I love when the boomerang hits it on the coming around the backside. Sneaky will go down. Fnatic. What?
Game 2, Fnatic went back to a more balanced composition, but Salty Potatoes took this opportunity to draft a Crystal Power Ringo, and while they blocked most of his ults, it only took one good one to swing the game in their favor.
Well, Grace, with the divine intervention, keeping her soul.
Game 3, Salty Potatoes drafted a Finn to frontline, which backfired, allowing Palmatoro's Scarf to stack Broken Myth. Ultimately, Fnatic would go on to take this series 2-1 and move on to the finals. Our finals were Dynasty vs Fnatic. Both teams solidly in the upper half of the point standings and hungry to establish themselves in Split 2. Game 1 was an epic 35-minute struggle that came down to a small positioning error by Mowgli being taken advantage of by all of Fnatic. Game 2, teams swapped jungle picks as Sky went to Dynasty and Scarf went to Fnatic. Fnatic was behind in kills and net worth, but they took objectives every chance they got, and with one semi-late game teamfight win, they closed this series out, taking first place in week 1. So with Fnatic taking first place in week 1 of Split 2, that moves them to first place overall with 27 points. SK and Mouse and now Dynasty are tied at 19 points. Rising Lotus is at 11 points, G2 Esports is at 8 points, Calamity Reborn is sitting on 7 points, and Salty Potatoes are last at 3. This has been your weekly review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.